All right, welcome back to another game of play action football. My name is Brian Haferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of this game. We are going to play a game between the 1991 Falcons and the 91 Cincinnati Bengals. We're using the just now released 1991 season, so you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com and pick up the 1991 season. So it's ready to go. And this season includes the smaller team cards you can see, and we're using one central play calling or play results chart. We've got three different types of play styles now, so run heavy, pass heavy, balanced. And I'm trying out a new score sheet that's also included with the game, but it has space for you to write in individual players and what they all did during the game. So maybe a little bit more helpful for getting individual player stats. And we have a deeper penalty selection with pre-snap and post-snap penalties, and also a few new results down here. So we have a quarterback hurry. So anytime you have a quarterback hurry result here, you can come to the quarterback hurry table, and then maybe it's a scramble or a tip ball. We have an improved penalties section because each of these yellows represents an opportunity for a penalty on the play, either a pre-snap or post-snap penalty. And have reworked a little bit of this. The blocked field goals and field goals in general are a little bit different here, and I'll explain that when it comes up. But they're still there, just in a little bit different way. And then I've included even more players. So now you get all starting players on offense and defense, and you get more players for each different type of play. So those are the main parts of the game, and they'll all come up and affect everything at some point. If you have the old game, some of these parts you'll just be able to kind of plug and play into that game. But some of them are dependent upon this, just having a balanced offense and things like that, or the penalties especially are not necessarily like you would have to indicate that on the play results chart. So, but let's get in here and let's see how things go. So we roll, black is going to be for the Falcons, orange is for the Bengals, and the yellow is our player die. So the Bengals win the toss, and they are going to defer to the second half. So I'll just write that on there. So the Bengals will receive in the second half. They'll kick off here in the first half. So a 10 on the kickoff is going to be just 57 yards. So 60, 59, 58, 57 takes it down to the 8. And the return is for 8 yards. That's a good one. 30 yards on the return takes it out to the 38. And that is where the Falcons will take over first and 10. So let me just get that marked down. It's going to take a little bit for me to get used to this new score sheet. So 57. All right. And the Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 38. That's 15 off. Okay, so each team is +1 on offense. So each team is a 1 and a 0. So I expect some scoring to happen in this game. And right offhand, we have an outside run to a base blitz. Both teams run a 3-4 defense. I believe this is a Jerry Glanville defense. So an outside run to a base is going to be, that retains their +1 advantage. 9 becomes a 10, and this is a run to Broussard. So he goes off the outside for a D6, which is good for 6 yards. So Broussard for a gain of 6 takes it out to the 44. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Falcons. Second down play, this is an outside run to a base defense. We're just running the balanced offense, which is basically what you've had before if you have this game from before or played it before. So 1-1 is an outside run against the base. Same thing. It retains a +1. So 15. And this is going to be Pegram off the outside. And D10 +2 is 6 yards again. As the Falcons eating up yardage on the ground takes it out to midfield. That'll be a 1st down. So 2 plays, 12 yards. Atlanta looking sharp. And they are going to run an inside run against a blitz. Inside against a blitz is a 0. So again, retain their +1 advantage. This is Broussard again up the middle. A 9 is going to be good for 2 yards as they pound the rock. And takes it down to the other side of the field to the 48. 2nd down. This is an outside run to a base defense again. So another 0 on the play. So 7 becomes an 8. And that's going to be an outside run to Broussard. An 8 is going to be good for 1 yard. So positive yardage, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. A 6, Jim Miller takes a 3-step drop on a short pass against a blitz. And that's going to be another 0 on the play. So +1 overall. 15 on a short pass. That's going to go to Andre Rison. And that'll be good for 7 yards. So that takes it to the 1st down marker as Andre Rison with a good catch. So let's mark that down. It's Jim Miller to Andre Rison for the 1st down. Takes us to 12:45 in the 1st quarter. 1st and 10 for the Falcons, driving on their 1st drive of the game. A 3 is an outside run to a base defense. Outside run to a base defense. So that retains their +1 advantage overall. 10-11 on an outside run is D6 +1. So 2 yards, and that is going to be Jim Miller, who pulls it down and runs with it for 2 yards. At least get some positive yardage. This will be 2nd down and 8 for the Falcons. 2nd down, this is a deep ball, and they're throwing it to Andre Rison. And this is going to be a deep ball against a blitz. So deep against a 4-3 blitz is a -1, so that's going to make everything even. But a 16, that's a good ball, as that's D10 +18. And that's going to be a 10, so 28-yard gain on 2nd down and 8. So a strike, Jim Miller to Andre Rison. And that's going to give the Birds a 1st down. So 28, so 10, 20, 30, -1, 2. Takes it down to the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10. We get our goal line offense up. So each of the different play styles has goal line calls as well. So the Falcons looking sharp here on their 1st drive of the game, as they're down to the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10. This is a short pass against a goal line defense. So it'll be a +1 overall. 12 on a short pass is good for 6 yards, and that's going to go down to the 4-yard line. That pass is thrown to Pritchard. So to Pritchard for 6. Jim Miller's 3 for 3 early in this one, and it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 4. Second down, another short pass. This is going to be against a goal line, so retain their +1 advantage. 10 plus 1 is 11. 11 on a short pass, D6 plus 2. So that's good for 8 yards. That's going to be a touchdown to Haynes. So Haynes with his first catch. That'll be good for 4 yards and a TD. All right, so excellent drive for the Falcons. And let's go ahead and kick the field goal. The extra point is a 1-98 to complete. So this is one of the changes. This number represents the topmost number a roll can be for the win. For the successful kick. So 1-98 for an extra point, 1-99 from 1 to 19 yards, 1-92 from 20 to 29, and so on. So a 94 falls within the 1-98 range, and the extra point is good. And Atlanta takes a 7-0 lead early in this one. Nice drive down the field for Jim Miller and the Falcons. So make sure we mark off everything. All right, we got a 10. This is another 57 on the kickoff. And on the return, we have a 5. A 5 on a return is 22 yards. So 57 takes it to here, 22 takes it out to the 30. So both teams with good starting field position in this one. And Cincinnati takes over 1st and 10. It will be Boomer football, Boomer Esiason at the helm for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's got Brown, McGee, and Brooks on the outside. Green and Brooks are the running back. Icky Woods is in there as well. So we got some players on offense. Atlanta runs a 3-4. So this will be everything run against that. So inside run against a base defense. Cincinnati runs at a 53-47 percentage. So at some point we might need to break out the pass heavy offense with these teams. We'll see how it goes. Inside against a base, that's going to be a +1. So Cincinnati has a +1 overall. So that's a +2. And they're going to need that because it's a low number here. 6 + 2 is 8. 8 on the inside run is 2 yards, and that will be Brooks up the middle. James Brooks, maybe? Up the middle for 2 yards. I can't remember. I vaguely remember these teams from these years, but I don't remember them very well. All right, we got a big roll here. Let's see what that's for. It's going to be a short pass against a base defense. So that's a -1. So we're going to be even on the play. 17, though, on a short pass is 8 yards, and that pass is going to be thrown to McGee. So, got a little mess up on my score sheet here. So that's going to be, what did I say? I said 8 yards, right? 8 yards to McGee for a first down. Takes it right to the sticks as he gets just past the line, and that'll bring up first down and 10. So Sison 8 yards on his first pass, looking good. First and 10, this will be a screen pass to a base defense. Screen to a base is a -1. So they are even up 8 on a screen. Is going to be good for 2 yards. That screen pass goes to McGee. So short gain on first down. It's a lot of things to think about whenever you're keeping all the stats for the players. So the game is going to move a little bit slower. I know I say you can play it in 2 hours, but I'm not sure. Keeping all the player stats if you can. But it'll be easier once I get all the players written in. It's this first drive or two. Second down and 8. This will be a deep ball against a base defense. They're throwing it deep to Holman. So a deep against a base defense is a 0. A 19, though, that's going to be really good. 19 on a deep ball. D10 plus 25. So that's going to be a 30-yard gain on second down and 8. And that is Holman with the catch. Both offenses coming out on fire. 10, 20, 30 on the gain. Takes it down to the Atlanta 28. And that's where Cincinnati will pick up first and 10. Another medium pass as Boomer drops back against the base defense. So this is a -2. It's kind of into the teeth of the defense, and there'll be a -1 overall. So 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 on a medium pass is incomplete. That was incomplete to McGee as he gets targeted. But the pass falls incomplete. That's going to bring up second down and 10. Second and 10, we've got an outside run to a base defense. And that's going to be, again, a 0 on the play call, but a +1 overall. So 15 on the outside run. It's going to be Brooks to the outside. And 15, that's a D10 plus 2. So it's good for 4 yards. That'll take it down to the 24. It brings up third down and 6. Third and 6 for the old Bengal offense. This is a medium pass against a nickel defense. So it's going to be a -1. That makes them even overall. A 5 on a medium pass is going to be a sack on the defense. The sack goes to Gardner. And the sack will go for -1. So it takes our regular time off the clock. And that's going to count as a running play, actually, for the offense. So we got a kick opportunity here, 41 yards. And we need to roll our 2D10s. It'll be this orange one first. 41 yards. They are 1 to 84 to make. So good field goal kicking, up to 50 yards. It's a 66, and that's going to be up and in for a good field goal. So from 41 yards, we're good. And that takes us to 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first quarter. The Bengals hang in as they respond with a score of their own after the Falcons put up a touchdown on their first drive. So 7-3 is our score early, well, midway through the first quarter here. Kicking dice. The kickoff is another short one, so 57 yards to the 8-yard line. And the return is another 8, so another 30 yards out to the 38. As the Falcons doing a great job with their return game. And they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 38. First down play. This would be a short pass to a base blitz. Short against a blitz is a -1, so that makes everything even. A 9 on a short pass is going to be incomplete. Pass was for Andre Rison. So I'm putting their targets, I'm putting their completions and incompletions, so you can see here. So I'm putting the target as a miss and the incomplete as a miss, and then just writing in how many yards they got on each play. Got a sack here for -1 yard, just to kind of keep track of all the statistics. So 2nd down and 10 on that incompletion from Jim Miller to Rison. Rison fully 40% of the catches on this team. This is going to be a 2nd down play, so this is a short pass against a nickel defense. That's a 0, so they retain their +1 advantage. 7 becomes an 8. 8 on a short pass is incomplete again. That pass also to Rison. So Jim Miller misses on his last 2 passes. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Falcons from their own 38. 3rd down call. This is another short pass against a base defense. That's a -1, so that's even Steven on the play. 13 on a short pass is D6 + 3. So that's going to be 7 yards on the play, and the pass goes to Pritchard. So pass complete for 7 yards, but that's going to leave them short of the 1st down, as it takes them down to the 45. Sorry. That'll bring up 4th down and 3, and we're going to get a punt, first punt of the game. So on the punt, that's going to be 50 yards, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, which is down to the 5, and the return is a good one, 23 yards, so it takes it out to the 28. So the punt goes for 50, punt return for 23. And that's where the Bengals will take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. 7-3 is our score. We've got 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first quarter. This will be a short pass against a blitz. So that makes the overall even. 8 on a short pass is incomplete. That was a pass to Broussard out of the backfield. Oh, I'm sorry, it was a pass to Barber. Incompletion, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. 2nd down, this will be a medium pass against a blitz. So that's a it's just a -1. Okay. So it's a -1, and that's going to put the overall number to 0. So 10 on a medium pass is incomplete. Pass was intended for Brooks. So Boomer Esiason has missed on his last 2 passes, and it'll be 3rd down and 10. As the defense is maybe starting to settle in a little bit here. Medium pass against a base defense is a -2, so that makes the Bengals a -1 overall. They got a good roll. 13 becomes a 12. 12 on a medium pass is D10 plus 6. So good for 13 yards, and that'll be a 1st down. So 10, 13. Takes it to the 41-yard line. That catch was made by Brooks out of the backfield for 13 yards. 4:45 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10, Bengals from their own 41. This is a medium pass against a base defense, so another -2. So it makes them -1 overall. 8 on a medium pass is going to be incomplete. That pass was to Holman. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. 4.5 minutes left in the quarter. It's an inside run to Green, and he'll be running up against the blitz. So that's a 0. So that's going to be a +1 overall. 7 becomes an 8. On the inside run is 2 yards. And that will be Green's first carry. The ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line. It's 3rd down and 8 for the Bengals. Medium pass against a base blitz is a -1, so that makes the whole thing even. 8 on a medium pass, I think we've already confirmed, is incomplete. That pass was intended for Brown, his first target of the game. And Boomer Esiason has missed on 4 of his last 5. That's going to bring up 4th down and 8. You have to get a punt here. The punt is a 4. It's good for 35 yards. So 10, 20, 30, 5. And on the return is a 5, which is 4 yards plus 10. So 14 on the return takes it out to the 36. About as good as they could do on that particular return. Excuse me, and that'll be 1st down and 10 for the Falcons. Good one here. 7-3 is our score in the first quarter. This one moving along well enough. Both quarterbacks started hot and cooled off in their second drives of the game. This is the 3rd drive for the Falcons. This is an inside run against a base defense. So that's a +1, and that's going to give them a +2 advantage overall. 13 plus 2 is 15 on the inside run, is D6 plus D6. And so that's going to be good for 8 yards, and that goes to Jones. And that'll be a good run up the middle for 8 yards. Takes it out to the 44-yard line of the Falcons. Brings up 2nd down and 2 for the Birds. Outside to a base is a 0, so that retains their +1. 10 on an outside run is a D6, and that's good for 4 yards. That'll be a 1st down pickup as they take it out to the 48. That run is made by Jones again, so Jones getting a couple of carries here. 2 for 12. He picks up a 1st down, and the Falcons will be 1st and 10 at their own 48. Inside run again as they commit to the run against the blitz is a 0, so there's just a +1 advantage. And 12 plus 1 is 13 on the inside run. D6 plus 3. That's going to be good for 8 yards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out to the 44 is going to bring up second down. And 2, that run is Rozier, Mike Rozier. Sorry. Messed up again on my counts here. So Mike Rozier, that was good for 8 yards. And that's going to bring up second down and 2. All right, deep ball here as Jim Miller drops back. He's going to be facing a nickel defense. So deep against a nickel is a -2. That makes them -1 overall. 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 on a deep ball is going to be incomplete, but you can see that it's yellow. So there's an opportunity for a penalty here. The ball goes to Haynes. So what we do is we're going to roll against this penalty chart and see if there's a penalty on the play. The roll is a 10, and so that is going to be an offensive post-snap penalty. So it's important to know as we go to our post-snap penalties here that it's going to be the offensive side, and we have a passing play, so we're going to roll against this left side here. And it'll be a 6. A 6 is going to be a holding during the play. So that's going to be 10 yards. The pass was incomplete. So it doesn't matter as holding is called. I don't believe you count that against the statistics on a hold, but because if they were to make the catch, it wouldn't count either, right? So that's going to be, I don't have a place for penalties here. So penalties. I guess we can see. We'll call it a hold on the on Brooks, the running back. So minus 10 yards. That takes them back to the 32. We're not going to move this. We're going to move the clock. So it'll be second down and, second down and 12 on the penalties. So that's where penalties come into the game with the yellows. Also, if the roll goes above or below 2, if it goes below 2 or above 20. So we're still going to have those penalties as well. Those will just be like pre-snap penalties as a default. So we got second down, this is and long. So this is going to be a medium pass against a base. That's a -2, which becomes a -1 overall. 7 minus 1 is 6. 6 on a medium pass is going to be a quarterback hurry. So now we get to do another one of the new mechanics, which is a lot of fun. So we got a quarterback hurry chart here as well. And so we roll for whatever this is. It's going to be a 10. A 10 is a scramble. Oh, I'm sorry. It's intentional grounding on the quarterback. Oh, it just hits just keep on coming. So intentional grounding, I believe, is 15 yards. And loss of down, right? 10 yards. So minus 10 yards plus a loss of down. So it'll go to third down, and then they lose 10 more yards. Oof. It's the drive from Hades for the Falcons. Third down and 22 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and this drive went from promising to very bad very quickly, which is what penalties do for us. Third down and forever. This is a deep ball against a nickel blitz, which is, it just makes everything even. A 9 on a deep pass is going to be incomplete. That pass was intended for Holman. So they try to go back to the well with him. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't Holman. Thomas, that's his first target of the game. And they finally get a playoff, but doesn't amount to anything. So the Falcons are going to punt the ball. It's a pretty good punt, 45 yards, 10, 20, 30, 40, plus 5, takes it down to here. And on the return, it's a 6. So a 6 on the return is 10 yards. And there's a potential for a fumble on the play. So you can see here, it's got the little caret there symbol. So 10 yards, the caret says roll a d10 again. Rolling a 1 means there's a fumble on the play. It's a 3, there's no fumble on the play. That's a 10-yard return on the punt. So the Bengals will take over 1st and 10 at their own 29. So a couple of little wrinkles just kind of put in the game. Inside run against a base defense. That gives them a +2 overall advantage. 13 plus 2 is 15, and that's D6 plus D6. This will be green up the middle for 3 yards. So 2nd down and 7 from their own 32. Bengals have the ball with 1 minute left in the first quarter. Outside run to a base defense is a 0, so they retain their +1. That's going to be a 18 plus 1 is 19. 19 on an outside run is D6 plus 10. It's an outside run, right? So D6 plus 10. So 14 yards on the outside run, and that is to Taylor. As he comes in and picks up a 1st down, 10 and 14, takes it to the 46-yard line. So closing in on midfield, we have probably one play left in the quarter. We'll see. 30 seconds left. 1st down and 10. This is going to be an outside run to a base blitz. And the blitz means a -1, so that evens everything up overall. 15, though, on an outside run is a good roll. D10 plus 2. And so that's good for 7 yards. And that'll be Brooks for 7 yards. That'll be Brooks for 7 yards, and that will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Takes it to the 47. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. So as we start the second quarter, our score is 7-3, Atlanta over Cincinnati. Had some good defense, some good offense, and some poor offense. So a little bit of everything. What you would expect from 2 1-0 teams. The Bengals 3-13, the Falcons 10-6. I expect the Falcons to take over at some point, but we'll see. Both teams are rated the same, so maybe some bad luck for the Bengals and some good luck for the Falcons. So 2nd down and 3 for the Bengals. That's going to be 5. That's an outside run to a base defense, so they're +1 overall. 7 on an outside run is no yards, and that's going to be green for 0 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd down, as he couldn't quite get to the corner. 3rd and 3. This will be a short pass against a blitz. The blitz makes the play a 0, so they retain their -1 or their +1 advantage. So 7 + 1 is 8. 8 on a short pass is incomplete, as they tried to get it out to Brown. And what can Brown do for you? Whole lot of nothing. So 14-15 is what's left. It's going to be 4th down. They're at their own, or the Atlanta 47. Definitely not going to try a 61-yard kick here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the coffin corner punt. So I don't want to go for it here and give them a chance to start at midfield. So we're going to try to pin them deep. And what you do is you go over to the coffin corner punt here, and we'll roll against that column. It's a 3. A 3 is going to be a touchback as the ball goes into the end zone. Touchbacks on punts start at the 20. So we'll take 15 seconds off the clock. And the punt is, we'll call it 47. .47 yards on the punt and into the end zone. So 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Let's shake things up a little bit. Let's go with the pass-heavy offense. See if we can get Jim Miller into the game a little. Just go up-tempo a little bit with the passing offense. Hopefully everyone can see that on the screen okay. Inside run, of course, to a base defense. So it's going to be a +1. It's a +2 overall, not that it's bad, because you got a chance for a breakaway play here. So 18 + 2 is 20. We got a 20 on an inside run. So let's resolve this first, but we have a chance for a breakaway, a big run. D10 + 7. So that's going to be 16 yards. So we can 10, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16 yards out to the 36. Now let's roll to see if there's a breakaway on the play. There's not. So you roll off of the breakaway chart. 1 to 4 is no breakaway. 5 to 10, you add the whatever yardage. So no breakaway on the play as the defense holds and gets them in the defensive backfield, but not before, who is that? Pegram? Not before Pegram goes for 16 yards. All right. I'm going to assume I moved that because I don't remember. All right. 1st down and 10 from their own 36. The Falcons go with a short drop back, so a little 5-step drop against the base defense. That'll be a -1. So that makes them even on the play. 12 on a short pass is good for 6 yards. That passes to Pritchard for 6. He's got 19 yards receiving just in the first quarter or so of play. And 6 yards takes it out to the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Second and 4. So medium pass against a base defense is a -2. That makes them a -1 overall. So 14 on a medium pass is good for 12 yards. And that pass is going to go to Broussard. So Broussard with a first down pickup out of the backfield. 10, 12. And boy, that's just all kinds of wrong, isn't it? They started at the 20, and then they had a 6-yard pickup, and then they got to the 32. They were at the 42, right? Okay. Man, I'm backwards here. So 12 yards is 10, 12 to the 46. Okay. Ooh. Too early, Lord, too early. Medium pass against a base blitz is a -1. So that makes it even. So basically you take this one away. It's a 10. 10 on a medium pass is incomplete. That's an incompletion to Andre Rison. They have failed to hit on passes to Rison for the last 3 targets. And that brings up 2nd down and 10. Second and 10, outside run to a nickel defense. So that's going to give them a +2 advantage overall. We got a 12 plus 2 is 14 on the outside run. That's good for 6 yards. As they catch them in a passing defense, that's Pegram for 6 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 4 for the Dirty Birds. So 5 is going to be a deep ball, and that's going to come against a nickel. Deep ball against a nickel is a -2, so they are going to have a -1 overall. 13 -1 is 12. 12 on a deep pass is incomplete. That ball was intended for Andre Rison. As they miss on the pass to Rison again, and that's going to bring up 4th down. It's a 57-yard kick. I don't think they're going to try that. I don't know what the long is for Atlanta. 57 yards seems a little much for me. It's just a 1 to 50 chance, 50-50. So let's do the coffin corner punt. And a 2 means that the ball is kind of shanked. So down to the 20-yard line, just a 20-yard kick. And Shank City out of bounds. So Cincinnati will take over 1st and 10 at the 20. On a coffin corner punt, there's no chance for a return. The idea is that that ball is kicked out of bounds. So Cincinnati takes over 1st and 10 from their own 20. Boomer Esiason under center. He's going to turn, and he's going to hand it off to Woods, Icky Woods. Woods against a base defense. This is an inside run up the middle. That's going to make them a +2. So a +2 is 10. 10 on an inside run is good for 4 yards. As Icky barrels his way up the middle for 4. 10:45 left in the first half. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. Second down and 6. Deep pass is going to be intended for Brown, and they're going to be facing off against a base defense. So deep against a base is a 0. So they have a +1 advantage overall. 8 + 1 is 9. 9 on the deep ball is incomplete. As that pass was intended for Brown. They've yet to hit on their number 1 receiver, Brown. Maybe 1A. So Brown and McGee. Third down and 6 We've got a short pass against a dime defense. So that's a +1. That makes them a +2 overall. 16 on a short pass is D10 +2. This pass is going to Barber. D10 +2, just 3 yards on the game. And that's not going to be enough for a first down. So that's going to take the ball to the 27, but it's going to take us to 10 minutes left in the half. We're going to get a punt from Cincy. And a 6. That's going to be good for 40 yards. So 10, 20, 30, 40. And the return from the Falcons is a 5. 4 yards +1. So 5 yards on the return. Takes it out to the 32. And that'll be 15 seconds off the clock. Oh, 5 yards. So that takes it out to the 38. Sorry. It'll be Falcons ball, 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. And I don't know. It didn't do any good to shake it up with the pass. So let's get back to the run. Both teams not having much trouble on the ground, but having some trouble through the air. So 1st and 10, Jim Miller drops back, keeps dropping back. It's going to be a screen pass against the blitz. Pretty good call. That's a 0, so they retain their +1. 19 becomes a 20. We have a chance for a breakaway play. D10 plus D10, so let's figure that first. So 11 yards. So 10, 11 yards on the play. And now let's see if there's a breakaway chance. It's a 3, there's no breakaway chance. So 11 yards on the gain. And that'll be a first down, but not the big play they were hoping for. And that gain goes to Pritchard. So Pritchard on the screen for 11. We'll say we didn't move that. So 1st down and 10, just short of midfield. Outside run to a blitz is a -1. So that means they're all even up on this play. 18 on an outside run. That's a good one. D6 plus 8. So the run goes to Jones. And 8 plus 4 is 12. So 10, 11, 12 takes it down to the 39-yard line of the Bengals. 12-yard run for Jones. Is a first down. And that's going to lead to a 1st down and 10 from the 39-yard line of the Bengals. Inside run to a base defense is a +1, so they have a +2 overall. 15 plus 2 is 17. D6 plus 5. This is Jones again. So 7 yards on the gain. Takes it down to the 32. This is Jones for 7. Jones having a really good game so far, running the ball. Both teams running the ball really well. 2nd down and 4. Second down and 3. Sorry. 2nd down and 3. Deep ball against a base defense. So that's a 0. So we're going to have a +1 advantage. They're going to need it. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 on a deep ball is an interception as Jim Miller drops back and throws a pick. That ball was picked off by Bussey or Busey. Bussey. So Miller with the INT. And Bussy with the pick. Let's see, on a deep ball, we have a 2, so 20 yards plus a D10. 20 yards plus a D10. I think that should be line of scrimmage. So it really should be the line of scrimmage plus 20 yards plus a D10. That's all we'll say. Okay, so 26 yards. So line of scrimmage plus 26 yards. They're at the 32. 26, 10, 20, and 6. So the new line of scrimmage is the 6-yard line. And what was his name? Bussy or Busey with the pick. Tough play from Jim Miller as he tried to go deep down the middle. And he gets picked off by Busey. Busey, a backup, looks like. He's not in the game. First and 10 for the Bengals. 7 minutes and 45 seconds left. They're buried deep in their own side of the field, starting from the 6-yard line. Let's see if they can get out from this hole. It's a screen pass against a base defense. And a screen against a base is a -1, so that's going to make everything even. They do get a decent roll here. 12 on a screen is D6 plus 2. And so that's good for 6 yards. And that goes to McGee as they get it to the outside on a wide receiver screen. So 6 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Bengals. The Bengal Tigers. And we've got an outside run to a base defense. Pretty good call. That's a +1 to the offense overall. So 11-12 on an outside run. D6 plus 2. This is going to be a run for Brooks to the outside. So 5 yards for Brooks as he gets the corner. And that's going to take it out to the 17 as he gets just past the sticks for the first down. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. Time for another good drive from Cincinnati. Let's see if they can put it together. First and 10. This is an inside run to a blitz. So +1 overall to the Bengals. 14 on an inside run. 2 D6s. That's good for 8 yards, and that will be Brooks again. $6:15 left in the quarter, and we have a 2nd down and 2 for the Bengals. 2nd down and 2, outside run to a base. Another +1 overall. They're going to need it. 3 + 1 is 4. 4 on the outside run is going to be a fumble. Let's see who picks it up. This is Taylor with the fumble. It's a 9, and that's going to be the defense picking it up. D6 times 2, so this could be a big return. All right, the way that we figure this out, they're at the 25, right? So the way we figure this out is we say these 2 D6s, we don't add them. We, like if this was the roll, this would be a 16. So we combine them. Or really it would be a 61, I guess, because it's the Falcons. So the Falcons have scooped up the ball. We're going to read the black die first. It's a 62, and they definitely take that to the house. 62 is greater than 25. So there's a fumble. They pick it up. They run it in for a score from 25 yards. And who picks up that fumble? We'll call it Green, the defensive end, with a defensive touchdown. So fumble. Just add a couple of things here. So Green with the fumble recovery and a TD, 25 yards. Wow, that's a huge play in the game. And we'll take that time off. It'll be 1st and 10. And let's see about the extra point. The extra point is good. And Atlanta jumps out to a 14-3 lead with a fumble return for a touchdown. So that was, who did I say? I said that was Taylor. Taylor with the fumble. Fumble was lost. And now Atlanta is going to be kicking off to Cincinnati. There's 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in the quarter. A 6 on a kickoff is going to be a touchback. So the Bengals take over 1st and 10 from their own 25. They're looking to put that last drive behind them. We got an inside run to a base defense. That's a +1, becomes a +2. 7 + 2 is 9. On an inside run is 3 yards, and that will be Green for 3 yards. Not a lot of open holes there for their number 1 running back. And it's going to be 2nd down and 7 as they try to put together some offense here. This is a deep ball against a base defense. That's a 0. Pretty good call. Let's see what the roll is. 7 plus their 1 is 8. 8 on a deep ball is incomplete, but we have a potential penalty on the play. A 6 is no penalty. So deep ball from Miller to, from Esiason to McGee is incomplete. Five minutes left. It's 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 7. This is another deep ball against the base again, so they have another +1 advantage. They get another low roll. So 4 + 1 is 5. 5 on a deep ball is a sack. So D6. So that's going to be Green on the defense, who is the one who picked up the fumble earlier. He's going to get a sack here. Just doing it all, and that's going to be for -2 yards. Takes us to 4.5 minutes, and that's going to be 4th down and 9. Now let's get a punt for the Bengals. The punt is 4 yards. That's just 35 yards. 10, 20, 30, 5 on the punt. 4th punt of the half for the Bengals. And the return is a 4. 4 is going to be a fair catch. So a high punt with no return. That means Atlanta's going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 39. They've got some time on the clock, 4 minutes and 15 seconds if they can get behind and move the ball. Let's go to the pass-heavy offense. Let's see if we can move that ball down the field. First down, this is a deep ball against the base defense. That's going to be a +1 overall. We get an 11, a 12 on a deep pass. Oh, is incomplete as he targeted Pritchard and couldn't come up with it. First time they've missed with Pritchard. And Jim Miller not gun shy as he goes back to the well after an interception in his last drive when they were driving. 6 is going to be a deep ball again on 2nd down, and this will be against the nickel this time. That's a -2, so that makes them a -1 overall. And 3 minus of basically a 2. 2 on a deep ball is a pass deflection. So we'll call that Thomas, the pass deflection. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Third down and 10. What do we got here? We've got another deep ball against the blitz. And to me a -1, so they're even on this play. 12 on a deep ball is incomplete again as they're looking for Pritchard again. And Jim Miller is going to miss for the 3rd time. That's going to bring up 4th down and 10. Hoping they could get something a little bit better than that, but not going to happen. A punt is just 30 yards. So 10, 20, 30. Also their 4th punt. And the return is an 8. Pretty good return. 8 is going to be a return of 18 yards. So 10, 20, 19, 18. Out to the 49-yard line. So almost to midfield. And that is where the Bengals are going to start. 1st and 10. So a chance here for Boomer Esiason to make a play. They're going to go just with the balanced offense. So 1st and 10, this is an inside run against a base defense. They're a +2 overall. 7 + 2 is 9. 9 on the inside run is good for 3 yards, and that will be Brooks up the middle for 3. He's had a really good game running the football. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. So 1, 2, 3. Second down and 7. Deep pass here against a nickel. That makes them a -1 overall. A 3 on a deep pass is a sack for -D10, and the sack is going to go to Green again, who picks up his 2nd sack. And let's see what the damage is. -5 yards. So it takes it down to 2:15. That'll bring up 3rd down, and what was it? It was 7, so now it's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So now it's 3rd down and 12, and the hits just keep coming for the Bengals, who just haven't been very good, quite honestly, and don't know don't know what I could do other than what I'm doing. Try to roll better. Third down and 10, 11, 12. Third down and 12. So this is going to be another deep ball. This comes against the nickel. So that makes him a -1 overall. Got to have a good roll, and it's not. 7 on a deep ball is going to be a quarterback hurry. And we have an 8 here. We'll just go ahead and use that for the quarterback hurry. That's going to lead to a scramble. Now we have our scramble chart here. A 9 is a scramble for 4 yards. So Esiason running for his life picks up 4 yards. Not going to be enough for a first down, but it is going to bring up 4th down. So 1, 2, 3, 4 yards. That's to the 49-yard line. Going to have to do a pooch punt again. And this time it is down to the 15-yard line. So what is that? So 49 minus 15, what was that, 24? 34. So 34 yards on the punt. And they'll take over at their own 15. Atlanta will. And we got a minute and a half left in the half. Let's just play out the first half, and we'll see how everything goes in a different context. I don't know if I'll play the rest of it out online or on video, I guess, or offline. So 1st and 10 from the 15. We got a balanced attack here. It's going to be a screen pass against a base blitz. That's a 0, so they're a +1 overall. 12 on the screen is going to be D6 plus 2. That's good for 6 yards. Some good positive yardage there for Miller. 6 yards. The catch goes to Pritchard, who they've targeted quite a bit in this game. They're just going to run their regular offense and run out the clock here. So 6 yards out to the 21. Brings up 2nd down. This is an inside run to a blitz. So that'll be a +1 overall. 8 on the inside run, 2 yards. And that is Pegram for 2 yards. Takes us down to 30 seconds left. We'll run it one more time. Always a potential for something bad to happen, but you don't plan for that. Outside against a nickel. That's a +1. It gives them a +2 overall. 11 plus 2 is 13 on an outside run. Is good for 5 yards. Potential penalty on the play. The run goes to Jones. So that takes it to the 28. Potential penalty on the play. 8 is a defensive post-snap penalty. So the half will not end on this play. We'll have one more play. A defensive post-snap penalty on a run is a 9. That's going to be a face mask. Incidental. So they're going to attack on 5 more yards to the end of the run. And I think in that case, it is the end of the half, right? So post-snap penalty is not going to keep it going. Not on a face mask. So 5 yards. That's how I'm going to play it. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. I think it is. It would have to be a like pre-snap penalty or something like that. But maybe somebody can correct me on that. We're at a point where it doesn't really matter. They're inside their own 30. So that's going to be halftime here. Halftime score 14-3. Atlanta over Cincinnati. Atlanta in the season 10-6. Cincinnati 3-13. Don't know if these teams actually even played. I just chose them. We've had some decent things going on for Jim Miller early, but not late. Offense not doing a whole lot for the Falcons after that first drive. They did have a defensive score where they picked up a fumble and ran it in. And then same thing for Boomer Esiason. Started hot, but 2 consecutive sacks. We got 3 sacks overall for the Atlanta defense. So Jerry Glanville's got them hungry. And in the second half, it's going to be Cincinnati taking the ball in the second half. So they'll try to turn their fortunes in the second half. That's where we're going to leave it here this morning. And you can, again, go pick up this game at clarkandaddisongaming.com. And this season is ready to go with all of these new adjustments and the smaller cards and everything. So you see the different penalties coming in at a good rate. I've tried it different ways before, and this feels like a good way to bring those penalties in. And you get both post-snap and pre-snap penalties, which I don't think we've had any pre-snap penalties, but those do come into the game as well. But it's not a guarantee that when it hits a yellow, it's going to be a penalty. So it's not like it's going to be a penalty fest. So I didn't want it to be all over the place with that. I just wanted to make sure that there was the opportunity for that. Yeah, you can go. The game is available right now, and just released it yesterday. So it's good to go. Go pick it up. I also have seasons from 2007, 2023, and 1985. If you want to wait for those to be turned over to these newer cards and things like that, you can. Otherwise, the gameplay is just fine. It's just a little bit different. There's one of these kind of adjusted for each team. And there's nothing really new necessarily added to the game except for the penalties. But in the old game, you still do have penalties if you go below 2 or above 20 on the play results roll. So, you can take that for what it's worth. There are penalties. There are probably 3 to 4 penalties a game. In that old system, depending on the teams that are playing. And yeah. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That's a really easy way to support the channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed but you keep coming back, just click on that subscribe button. And we're up to 240 subscribers at this point. So thank you to everyone who has clicked that button. And they are getting all of the new videos whenever I post them. You can also join the Facebook group. So go to Facebook groups, find Clark and Addison Gaming Company, answer a few questions, and I'll let you into the group. It's a private group, so don't worry about spammers or weirdness being in the group. And that's the best place to keep up with news and things that are going on, fresh content as it comes out. Sometimes that's the only place that I'll post things. And so go and check that out, and you will be one of the first to know everything that's going on with what I'm doing. And you can check out other games at clarkandaddisongaming.com. Got football, baseball, basketball. There's lots of different seasons to choose from. I've released a bunch of on-base baseball seasons, which is my sort of flagship game. I'll be working on precision baseball and also working on these football games. That'll be sort of my next projects. And then I want to get these games up. If you've purchased the 2023, 2007, or 1985 seasons for play action football, I'll be updating those files, and when they're ready, I will send out an email blast to you. And everybody who's made a purchase of one of those seasons is going to get an email that says, hey, the files are ready for you. You can just go and download them again. I'm not going to make you pay for the files again, so you'll just be able to go and download them once more and then print them out, and you'll have all the smaller cards, and you have the new charts and all that kind of stuff. So I just need to convert everything over to these newer sort of things going on here. All right. I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.